What's up, you guys? It's the Rated R channel. I'm back at it again with another video for you all. Let's get straight into it. So, I've been seeing a lot of videos talking about you should conceal carry, why you should conceal carry, 5 reasons, all these different videos. And I happened to stumble upon a Reddit page where basically it was a person explaining they didn't know why they should conceal carry because of all of the legal implications that follow up after the scenario or during the scenario, as in, like, well, should I pull my firearm if, a guy's waving a gun around in the store trying to rob somebody and I just so happen to only be able to get a shot from behind him, which is shooting him in the back, and I know in court that would usually justify, in some kind of murder because you shot him in the back, or what? Basically, there's a lot of gray areas, you know what I mean, whenever it comes to stuff like that. And I have thought about that. In that case, my opinion, I feel like it'd still be self-defense. I mean, the guy's waving a gun around, you pull it out to shoot, and it's, it's self-defense. The guy's obviously, deranged enough to pull a gun out, wave it around. I mean, what do you expect's gonna happen, in my opinion? But the courts could see it otherwise. And that really had me doing a whole lot of thinking of, should you conceal carry? Now, my personal opinion is still gonna be yes, because I have thought very thoroughly about some of these things. If I was ever in the situation where I had to pull my firearm, would I be justified? What would be justified? What wouldn't be justified? What what are the do's and don'ts? And in a lot of scenarios, in a lot of self-defense cases, I mean, most times you pull a gun out, it can go one or two ways. And it mainly leans towards, it just completely de-escalates the situation. You know what I mean? If the opposition of whoever you're pointing that gun at doesn't have, like, a gun to shoot back at you with, they're probably not going to want any smoke, you know what I mean? They probably want no beef at that point, you know what I mean? Like, they want no beef. It could also lean the other way. It could go the complete opposite. I mean, I feel like there's no in-betweens in those situations. They could just go one way or the other. It's 50-50. And the other way is that person retaliates and you get into some type of shootout altercation. And then also another point that I was also pointed out in this Reddit page is, okay, so also what if, this is a lot of what if situations, just hang in there, follow along with me. But what if you're in a situation to where there's a shooter actively on scene and you happen to be there right in front of you, but there's an officer on the scene already gun drawn, ready to go, or they arrive on the scene as you have your gun out trying to neutralize the threat, but now the cop just arrived on scene with zero information of who is the threat. All he sees is 2 guys with a gun, one pointed at each other. I mean, it's just, what do you think's gonna happen at that point? It's a lot of ifs, ands, buts. It's a whole lot of what ifs. My whole take on this is definitely gonna be, you just need to make sure it's justifiable. In a lot of situations that I've ever been in, I mean, I've never had to pull my gun, not once, and I'm gonna knock on some wood, because I just stay out the way. I know that I have a firearm. I know to what levels of extremes I'm willing to take things, so it's just best I stay out of the way. I just don't put myself in situations where I know, I could possibly end up having to use my firearm. Moral of the story, I don't go to shady parts of town at night looking for trouble. I'm not some gun-toting cowboy. I like to pretend like it doesn't exist, but I know in the back of my head, if shit starts to go down, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready. I don't want to have to use it, but god damn it, I will be ready. It's just, that's the moral story of it. And that's my whole take on the concealed carry. Should you conceal carry? I don't know. I feel like that's something that you have to ask yourself. Like, I wanted to make this video kind of like everyone else made theirs of you should conceal carry, but the more you look into it, the more you start looking into the legal aspects of it, I mean, it really makes you question, should you conceal carry? And in my honest opinion, it all comes down to your training, your confidence, your just ability to perform with the firearm, and your comfortability of even carrying a firearm. I mean, there's a lot of variables in there, so it's hard to say that you specifically, you the person watching this behind your screen, this screen, should conceal carry, a firearm. It's very hard to say, but in my opinion, I think everyone should. I think they should. But then again, should you? So this is always what it comes down to, dude. It's always if, ands, or buts. But I don't know. Fuck it. That's life. That's life. And then you also, I wanted to bring this up since we're already in here. I might as well tie all this together. Is the concealed carry insurance? That also was another point. Some people brought up, you'll be covered if you have that, and I don't want to call anybody out or diss on anybody what they're doing. But there are concealed carry insurances that are complete bullshit. Everybody knows it, but some people out there still pump, and push on it. And they try to sell it to you. And I mean, in my opinion, that's fucked up and it's wrong, but at the same time, you gotta make your money. So it's just, it all comes down to the end user. Just know before you guys are trying to purchase these concealed carry stuff, just really do your research. You know what I mean? There's been lots of cases, or I'm not even going to say lots of cases. There's been a case that I know of from someone that had a certain type of concealed carry insurance, and she was not covered. She was not covered. There's a lot of stipulations and fine print that is just, for some odd reason, she was deemed uncovered, and she paid a lot of money for that insurance monthly just to not be covered. So I'm just saying that's another thing to think about. You know what I mean? Are you prepared for the after situation of after concealed carry? It's just, there's a lot to think about, man. There's a lot to think about. But in my opinion, I think it's still worth it to exercise your Second Amendment. It's just, it's the country we live in. We were built on this Second Amendment for a reason, and in my opinion, it's one of the greatest countries because we have that freedom to exercise that right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling on, but then again, you guys let me know what you think. There's just been a lot of stuff floating around on YouTube, and I thought I could throw my opinion out there. So if you guys found it valuable, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, run it up. I'm trying to hit I don't even know. I really don't care at this point. I mean, I just do YouTube for fun. I'm just bored. Have nothing else better to do but clean my guns, play with them, and talk to a camera about them. But if you guys enjoy that, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace. Bro, I just smacked the shit out of my camera, bro. Can y'all even still hear me, bro? Y'all still there? Word up. Peace.